In part 5 of this demo, we are going to explore Microsoft Defender ATP remediation actions, like running antivirus scan, restrict app execution, and isolate a machine. These can be considered your mitigation and containment tools in your incident response management. I am at the Microsoft Defender ATP management portal, and I can see I have many alerts in the active alerts section. I can find all machines at risk here, so I will check on the Demo 3 machine to zoom in and see what's happening on that machine. Here you can get the risk level of the machine and all associated alerts. In the bar above, you also get list of actions you can do remotely to that machine. As part of the investigation or response process, you can remotely initiate an antivirus scan to help identify and remediate malware that might be present on a compromised machine. You can select the scan type that you'd like to run. You can choose between a quick or a full scan. I will type a comment and select yes to start the scan. Now immediately the Action Center shows the scan information as you can see here. Now on the machine itself, you can see that the scan completed successfully. Returning back from the Microsoft Defender ATP Management Portal perspective, the machine timeline will include a new event reflecting that a scan action was submitted on that machine. Windows Defender AV alerts will reflect any detection that surfaced during the scan. This action is available for machines on Windows 10 version 1709 or later. A Windows Defender antivirus scan can run alongside other antivirus solutions, whether Windows Defender AV is the active antivirus solution or not. So say for example you have semantic antivirus running on that machine and you are not using Windows Defender anti-malware or real-time scanning. You can still invoke a remote antivirus scan from Microsoft Defender ATP portal, and this will wake up the Windows Defender anti-malware engine if it is not the primary anti-malware service on that device, and ask it to run a quick or full scan depending on your choice. In addition to the ability of containing an attack by stopping malicious processes by running an antivirus scan, you can also lock down the device so that only programs and executables signed by Microsoft are allowed to run on the device and anything else will be blocked. This method of restriction can help prevent an attacker from controlling compromised machines and performing further malicious activities. So let us restrict app execution on the machine. I will type a comment and select yes, restrict app execution. Now immediately the Action Center shows that the app restriction command is pending. As I am running on the machine itself, you can immediately see what the user can see on the machine. I get a notification that the device is restricted along with a message explaining what is happening on that machine. Remember that this action only prevents any program not signed by Microsoft from running on that machine, so the user can open Microsoft Office applications without any problems and even browse the web. But if the user tries to install anything not signed by Microsoft, like for example installing Adobe Reader, for example, this action will be blocked along with a notification explaining to the end user what just happened. This is a good balance between security and usability. From security perspective, we are restricting executing malicious code, but from the other side, the user can open Outlook, Excel, and communicate using Microsoft Teams, for example, so that he can still be productive while security teams investigating the problem. Now, depending on the severity of the attack and the state of the machine, you can choose to reverse the restriction of applications policy after you have verified that the compromised machine has been remediated. And you can see the action appearing in the Action Center, which becomes the hub of notification for all action performed on that machine, so you can track back all action performed by you or anyone in the security operation team over time. Now that the app restriction is removed, we can try to install Adobe Reader on the machine again, and as you can see, there is nothing preventing you from doing so now. Just keep in mind that for the app restriction to work, you need two things. First, you need to be running Windows 10 version 1709 or later, And this feature is available if you are using Windows Defender Antivirus as your malware engine. Now, depending on the severity of the attack and the sensitivity of the machine, you might want to isolate the machine from the network. This action can help prevent the attacker from controlling the compromised machine and performing further activities such as data exfiltration and lateral movement. This machine isolation feature disconnects the compromised machine from the network while retaining connectivity to Windows Defender ATP service, which continues to monitor the machine. So your machine will not be able to connect to any IP except the IPs of the Windows Defender ATP cloud services, so that you can keep an eye on what's happening on that machine and continue your investigation. Now, if the machine is running Windows 10 version 1709 or later, you get another cool feature. You can do a selective isolation, which means you can say this machine is not allowed to connect to any IP except 3 services. Number 1 is the Microsoft Defender ATP Cloud Services. The second one is the Exchange Online Services. And third is the Skype for Business Services, as you can see here. This means you don't want the user to be able to do anything on the machine in terms of network connectivity except using Outlook and Skype for Business, which makes it easier for the user to contact the help desk, or the other way around. It is easier for the security team to contact the user of the machine using Outlook or Skype for Business, explaining to him what is happening. Now, if I choose to isolate the machine, the end user of the machine will receive a notification card stating that the network is disabled and that your IT administrator has caused Windows Defender to disconnect your device and you should contact IT help desk. Now, just a reminder, the full isolation works for Windows 10 version 1703 or later, while the selective isolation is available on Windows 10 version 1709 or later. Selective isolation means the machine can only talk to Microsoft Defender ATP cloud services and allow the user to use Outlook and Skype for Business. Now, depending on the severity of the attack and the state of the machine, you can choose to release the machine from isolation after you have verified that the compromised machine has been remediated.